What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode of Pips and Points. I'm your host, Jono, and today we are going to be talking about what we always talk about, which is the NAS100. Now, before I get into that, I want to give a big special shout out to all my Piptonites. Those guys are my awesome subscribers, the awesome human beings that have been supporting me since day one. Guys, you are the best. I have so much love for you guys. No, there isn't enough words to express how much love I have for you, right? And to all the new guys that just found this channel for the very first time, welcome to Pips and Points. On this channel, basically, I give my point of view in regards to where I think the NAS is going to go, how the NAS is going to get there. I share that with all of you, okay? And it is upon you to do your own research because I am not infallible. I don't masquerade or market myself as an expert or as a financial guru. I'm just a regular Joe, just like you, that just happens to have a good understanding of navigating the NAS, and I'm sharing that with you to help you guys so that you guys can have a very good understanding of how to navigate the NAS100, because this stuff is really straightforward. However, unfortunately, the jargon makes it extremely complicated for people to understand. So I try to simplify everything as much as I can on this channel. Now, I don't go into strategies or anything like that. It's just personally how I'm just navigating the market. So if you think that's a strategy, then fair play. What's the next thing I wanted to add? Yeah, it's a bit like driving a car, right? Obviously, there's strategies to driving the car. I mean, you can do donuts and all the rest of that cool stuff, or you can just drive the car to get you to A to B, literally. And all we do here is we just ride the NAS100 and get paid. Sometimes we don't, but it's how it goes, you know what I mean? It's how it goes. So, guys, if you find the information on this channel useful in any way, right? Turn on the notification, hit the subscribe button, become a Piptonite, so that whenever I release a video, you will be amongst the first to see it, see how I'm viewing the market, and maybe you can find an edge in it yourselves, okay? So with all of that covered, we're gonna get straight into it, into the nitty-gritty, right? So first thing we're gonna do is turn on the work that we did on Wednesday, right? So this was the work that we did on Wednesday, and on Wednesday I was basically saying that there was going to be a push to the upside. So my view was this: upon seeing this wick over here, this little doji, right? So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, give you guys a much better view. Upon seeing this doji around here, I mean, when I did the video, I don't even think this doji was even here, to be fair, but yeah, I think he appeared the day after or something like that. Or the doji could have been there, right? But either way, this was what I said, right? This is what I said. I said price was going to go this way. At some point, it was going to push up to the upside. Bearing in mind, it was going to do some zigzagging around, then push to the upside, right? But obviously, that is not the case. The news that came out yesterday, the Fed chairman speech that came out yesterday, actually began to push the market down. And this little arrow, this little line that you're seeing right here, this one, right? This line, this was at 6 o'clock, right? So if you go to it, if you zoom in closer, you will see that after the Fed gave their speech, everything started to go sideways. Everything started to go sideways. So this is the little line here, right? So price started to push all the way down. Let's go into a lower hourly so we can have a much better view as to when it started to happen. As you can see, price started to push down. We have a nice little order block in this area right here, right? So we know that at some point price is going to return back to this level, and it began to continue to push down, right? Now, this is going to be bad news for some people, and it's an opportunity for others, right? And those have been in the game for a decent amount of time and understand how to play the NAS100 will not be taking this situation here personal at all, because ultimately all it basically tells you is that the climb to the upside, there's going to be a lot of pips in that for us, a lot of pips in that for us. So for example, so the climb from over here to up here was fantastic. It was a good climb to the top. And there were people that definitely got that move, right? So well done to you. But also, I want to bring your attention to this. I want to bring your attention to this, and then we're going to talk about where we think the NAS is going to go. Where the NAS is going to go is quite clear from what we're seeing right now. Where the NAS is going to go, to be fair, I mean, it's not difficult to work out what it's going to do right now, right? So if we look at, say, if we just measure up from where the NAS is right now to where it dropped off from, right? That is 24.49%. That's a nice gain. That is a nice gain if it does that going this way, right? This way. So we have an idea where the NAS is going to go, and we're going to zoom in just to cover that area as to where we think the NAS is going to go. And before I do that, let me get rid of these trend lines because they're no longer relevant now. They're no longer relevant, right? So the NAS is most likely going to head down to this zone right here. This zone, the red that I've just thickened, right, which is the daily low. So it is going to go down to that low, and that low, in my opinion, why I think it's going to go to that level is because we've only had 1, 2, and a potential third touch that we're going to be seeing somewhere around Monday. So Monday, what we can expect market to do is it might do a little bit of a pullback, right? It might do a little bit of a pullback, but don't get fooled by it. Do not get fooled. And with me saying this, I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just giving you my point of view. I'm saying, right, you might get a pullback, right? You might get a pullback on the Monday opening of market. Price might begin to push back up again. There are people that will think that price is going back up, it's bouncing back up again. I would say it absolutely is not bouncing back up again. It's going to continue on its way down to this level, right? And it might potentially even go even lower to this level down here, which is, so the first level that we're talking about, it is 1308, and that view was called out in the comment section of Wednesday's video, right? So there's a nice gentleman in there. He posted that. I looked at it and I was like, you know what? This guy is spot on. As a matter of fact, let me go in there and just drop my little heart on that statement, because I don't think I've actually responded to that. So yep, there he is. Drop a little heart. So guys, when you're watching this video, just know that as I was recording this video, that was when I dropped that little like and the heart button, because I'm in full agreement with what you're saying. Full agreement. I believe price, it is going to go down to 1308.23 roughly, or around about that area. It might even break down lower to 12,318.29, right? So these are the moves that could happen, right? So first things first, let's go to well, we don't really need to jump into I was going to go into Forex Factory right now, but we don't really need to go in there because we know what he said what he said, and the price went down. We don't really need to review that, but what we do need to do is take a look at what the rest of the market's been doing. So what are the main components of the NAS100, how they've been behaving? And as you can see, I would say 90% of it is red. So we're just going to go down the list briefly and see what's going on, right? So we can see Tesla, it is misbehaving. Tesla is misbehaving, right? So this is where it is. So these are the reds, right, that it has been producing, and it's not the only one. It's not the only one. So it opened up here, shot all the way down red. Then the following day, we had a gap where it opened up here, pushed up. Everyone's like, yeah, it's going up, it's going up. And then what happened? Boom, 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 all the way down. And now the third wick that we got right now is pointing downwards, even though on the actual symbol list is pointing to it as green, but this is red. Why? Because this overall thing is lower than this overall situation over here. And the MACD confirms this is indeed a low. So now we understand why the NAS is what it is. So let's take a look at Google. And Google too is falling off the cliff. Google has wet the bed and it's on its way down, as we can see, right? It's on its way down. It's broken. It's broken the bottoms over here. It's broken these bottoms. So these bottoms are broken. And as you can see, it's on its way down, right? Google, I think this is the Google C class. Yes, it is. Google C class do exactly the same thing, so I don't need to draw. Amazon is somewhat holding a form of a structure. So it's holding a structure somewhere. And as you can see, we do like to play around with Amazon. I mean, this one I got wrong, but it happens, right? So let's just get rid of that. That's a matter of fact. Let me just get rid of the whole thing. Get rid of the whole thing whilst I'm here, because we're not really using this anymore. Right, let's get rid of that. Keep it nice and clean. So as you can see, Amazon is 2 is flying down, right? So 2 is flying down, and these are the things I like to monitor. These are the things I like to monitor. I know, yes, I'm just bringing it into the videos now, but this is something that I have been keeping an eye on very recently in helping me understanding what the NAS is going to do. And if you look at Netflix, well, I mean, Netflix is having a bad time, and you can actually count me in as one of those guys that literally just signed out of the whole situation, because what they're doing is making no bloody sense whatsoever. No sense what they're doing. I don't know who's running the show over there, but someone needs to look at that guy and say, hey, listen, I think you might be in the wrong job. I understand why this is red, right? Tesla, Google, Amazon, somewhat confused as to why it's red, right? But Netflix, I definitely understand why that one's red. Okay. And then we go into Apple, and as you can see, Apple is still strong, but it is pointing downwards. All of these things that I'm showing you has a massive impact on the NAS100. Okay, it has a massive impact on the NAS, right? So that is why we're looking at this. And as you can see, there is a lower high. This was the all-time high. There was a lower high. Price is falling. So we've got to try to figure out where the bounce is going to be, right? Now, reason why we want to look at where the bounce is going to be in relation to all of these assets that we're looking at, all of these stocks that we're looking at, right, is once we know where all the bounces is going to be, we then confirm that with the overall structure to see where everything is, right? And if everything is looking good, like how it's supposed to, then we now know that with a certain degree of confidence, we can really go in and see what happens, all right? And this is, which one is this? This one is Facebook, Meta, right? So Meta's having a bad day. Facebook is having a bad day. Can't really explain why they're having a bad day, but they're having a bad day, and as you can see, it's like they're struggling to make their way to the upside. But the good news about this is, right, if you're someone that plays with Facebook or you invest in Facebook, you see this area right here, this zone, it must be filled. It must be filled. So where it is down here, if you're an investor, okay, and this is not financial advice, I'm just saying, right, I'm just saying that it needs to fill this area. That's all I'm saying. It needs to fill this area. So keep an eye on Facebook, and what I would be looking for in Facebook if I was going to be doing anything with Facebook, I don't do anything with Facebook, I don't invest in Facebook at all, right, is I'll wait for this level to break. I'll wait for this level to break, and then I would then consider maybe jumping in, or I might just say, you know what the hell, jump in at the bottom and see what it does, because believe it or not, Facebook isn't going anywhere. Nobody's going to stop using Facebook anytime soon. Nobody's going to stop using Instagram anytime soon, especially the women, because obviously the women are on Instagram doing what they do on there, and as long as they're doing what they do on there, the guys are going to be on there too. Right? It's just how it goes. So Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp aren't going anywhere anytime soon. So this is just something that is like, let's see what happens. Netflix, on the other hand, that's a big, massive question mark. That there, those guys, the CEOs, they need to start reviewing management, seeing where management heads is at, because it's not making any sense whatsoever. Okay, so now onto Microsoft, and as you can see, Microsoft is nearing a nice little bottom. It's nearing a nice little bottom. Okay, so what's it going to do? Is it going to break through or is it going to bounce? But this is where Microsoft is at the moment. One of the things we want to keep an eye on is the lower highs. Lower high right here, higher high right here, right? Nvidia has already broken, but it's now at a price action level right here. So that too could bounce, even though it's breaking through. That too could bounce from where it is. All right. I mean, you're going to begin to get the general gist in terms of what the NAS is doing, right? Yeah, this is like a clear thing. This is something that I should have brought into the chart a lot earlier, but I just didn't think it had any major relevance. It did because I did use it, but also some of you guys, you don't even pay attention to any of these things. You're purely technical analysis and you just focus on one thing and one thing only. So me deciding to bring this on, I'm just hoping to obviously expand your palette a little bit more, just to let you know that you've got to be keeping an eye on other things that are related, because these things that are related tend to have an impact as to what direction you're moving. So PayPal, negative, right? So PayPal is negative. It's now producing a lower low. So this was the lower high. This is now a lower low. Regardless of whether it bounces up or not, this is a lower low, right? So we know PayPal, for whatever reason, is going to keep flying down. Pepsi is the only one that seems to be doing good out of this whole situation, right? And I don't know who drinks Pepsi, but it looks like they're doing all right. So as you can see, we still have a negative. We still have a parabolic red flying down on the Pepsi right now. Here it is. We still have a parabolic red flying down on the Pepsi, but at the same time, it also has an impact on the NAS because that too is red, even though we have a nice little bullish move to the upside, and it actually is. Let me see, this is a higher high. Let's just have a look. Let's just have a look. It's a double top. So it's a double top what we got going on with Pepsi right now, right? EA Games, what's that doing? Well, EA Games is actually at a low, even though it's pushing up. So it is at a low. I mean, it's pushing up, so this is considered an up, but the overall structure is, it is down. So that's something we'll keep an eye on too. And finally, eBay. And eBay looks like it's heading all the way down, right? So the overall picture is this: NAS is not going to stop doing what it's doing. Sorry, this is the one we want. NAS is not going to stop doing what it's doing, and there's a very good chance, after reviewing what we've just reviewed, that NAS could actually find itself down here, which is 12,318.29. So guys, when I mentioned it going up on the uptrend, believe you me, I was firmly confident that it was going to go up, and my only area of concern was the order block on the 15 minutes, which I mentioned. I did say that it was very dangerous because it visited that area more than 3 times, and there was a very good chance that it was going to disregard it if he reached it again. And what happened? He reached it again and completely disregarded it. Almost got that word wrong there. Completely disregarded it. So saying it again, right? So now let's go into greater detail in regards to this area over here, and then this area over here. So first, I'm going to draw out the order blocks, right? These are the order blocks right here of where price could potentially go down to. And this right here is the order block, and we're just going to use the daily for now, and then once it gets into the zone, we'll then refine it and make it a little bit smaller. Let's just have a look. So which is the one we're looking for? Okay. So this is it right here. So this is it right here. These are the 2 blocks we have most interest in. and this block has already been touched one time already. So it's been touched. So that was first. This area, no, this is the third time. This is the third time, right? Yeah. So this area, so this is 2, this is 3, and now we have 4. Okay. So in my opinion, it's going here. It's going here, which means that this structure that we drew out before is now super strong, and the head and shoulders that we came up with last time is now invalid. It looked good. It did look like there was a potential weight in that head and shoulders, but looking at where it is right now, it looks like that head and shoulders is now completely void, right? So this is the area that we could say there is a chance price might want to go to, and that's over here. Price might want to go to this area right here. All right, and once price does go to that area, then we have to figure out what we're going to do after, how we're going to manage the situation even better. Because for whatever reason, like, this year is proving really bad for the NAS, and I think looking at how things is looking now, I think it might carry on going bearish for a long time. I don't think we're going to be seeing any possibility of a chance to the upside anytime soon. Especially the beginning half of this year, which is obviously first quarter is just gone. We're now entering into the second quarter. I think NAS is going to continue to remain bearish for the next 3 months. I'm not expecting it to be going up, although I will be looking for opportunities for it to push to the upside, because when NAS is going up, that's when it's giving out the best rewards, because literally you don't necessarily need to set a TP. You can just let it run and just stack. That's all you can just do, and literally by the end of the year you're going to be sitting on something extremely healthy. But in saying that, we can still stack in this area as well, but just know that it carries a very high degree of risk for us in regards to it continuing to push down, right, and producing newer lower lows like it looks like it's about to produce right now, which is a now potential new lower low heading down into this particular region here, and hopefully that will be the end of it. So let's just go back even further and let's just see what is most likely. Okay, so first things first, with structures, what tends to happen based on what I've noticed so far when it comes to structures is you normally get 3 touches on the top side, so 3 touches up here, 1 2 3, and 3 touches on the bottom, 1 2 3, before it pushes up, right? This is what I've come to understand about structures as I've been doing this, right? But when it comes to this particular structure with the NAS, I would count this whole move down to the bottom as 1 touch, not 1 2 3, just because if I consider it going up, touching the bottom, touching the top as 1 2, then touching the bottom, then touching the top as 3 4, right? But where it hovers along the bottom and then pushes up, I consider this whole move up down here as 1 move. Now, I could be wrong. It's just how I view the situation. Okay, just how I view the situation. Hence why I will say it now, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it in the future. I am not a financial advisor, and I'm not giving you financial advice. This is purely my point of view as to how I'm seeing how the market moves, in particular the NAS100. So, guys, if you're selling, great. If you're buying, I'm sorry, you got caught out, I got caught out. That's why I decided to wait. Because if you make one mistake, don't rush in and do another one. Sit back and wait to see what is really going on before you consider to jump in. So at this point right now, the only time I would ever consider taking a buy position, and this is why we're in the NAS, right? Because we get the most out of the NAS when we're buying the market. Not when we're selling, when we're buying. NAS is known for rewarding those that believe in the US economy, and believe you me, I believe in Uncle Sam, especially when it comes to the market. Everything else I'm not so sure about, but when it comes to the market, Uncle Sam, me and you, we are bonded, right? We are bonded. So let's take a look what we think is going to happen. So this is the move that I think is going to go down. Boom, boom, boom. at least for the next 3 months. At least for the next 3 months, right? So from this point onwards, I'm going to be honest and I'll tell you guys, I'm going to be mainly looking for sell positions now, because I have given up on the NAS pushing to the upside. Although if I see the NAS at the bottom of the structure and starts pushing up, I'm going to be taking buys. But now I'm going to be heavily biased towards taking sells, supposing to taking buys, because literally from the beginning of this year, it's done one thing and one thing only: go down even lower and lower and lower. And I believe it's going to carry on like that for a while, at least up until the summer. Because this move that I'm seeing now with the price pushing down, I don't think it's going to be bouncing up anytime soon. And once I said, I could be wrong, because like, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't see into the future. All I can do is read what the market is saying, reads what the big boys that make up his group are saying, and they're all saying one thing: they want to go down. They believe they are overbought, the price is too high, and they need to make themselves cheaper. So they're all falling off the cliff right now, every single one of them. I mean, just look for yourself. It is all falling. So we can still get paid in this situation. We just have to reverse our mentality. And most of my Piptonites, most of you guys are already doing that. You're already doing what I would do anyways, which is straight. We've put in 1-2 buys, it's gone wrong. We've looked at the structure's pointing downwards. We're like, okay, cool, this is what it is. It's going down. Let's sell it. Let's just sell it and let's just eat. So that's what I'm going to say. Let's just sell it and let's just eat. And the thumbs on this particular video, I'm just going to call it "The Bloodbath Never Ends." No, when will the bloodbath end? That's the name of this title. The name of this thumb. When will the bloodbath end? Right? And we're going to do it in big bold red, because literally this thing is absolutely annoying me. It is sorry to pour my heart out to you guys, but I know you lot are getting just as frustrated as I am. Sorry to pour my heart out, guys, but I know you guys are getting just as frustrated as I am. This thing needs to stop falling and go up. That's all we're waiting for. And it gives us a little bit of hope. Then it just starts doing another madness. So now look at it. I had a beautiful structure drawn out and it was perfect for it to follow. But now it's decided to do something silly and it's now falling, which is cool. We can still get paid of it as well. But like I said, true NAS traders like pointing up to the moon. That's where we like our NAS, to the moon. We don't like it when it's going down. So that's my rant done. Okay, that is my rant done. I know roughly what to expect on a Monday, but Monday I will be releasing the video anyway, so we're going to go over what we think is going to happen. Is it going to get down to those levels we talked about? Who knows, but it's highly likely that is exactly what is going to happen. The NAS is going to continue on its way down. It's going to get to 1308. It might start to pull back up, because at which point it would have produced a double bottom. Okay, but according to what I'm seeing in regards to the rest of the stock, the composites, I think it's going to go even lower than that, right? And if I factor this in with what the Fed chairman had to say, I would say, yep, there is a very, very, very high percentage, according to me, that is going to be heading down to 12318.29. That's my opinion on this so far. If you haven't done so already and you found the content useful, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, okay? And so that whenever I release videos, you'll be amongst the first to see it. Now, there is one more thing I need to cover before I go, which is a couple guys in the comment section have mentioned they would like mentorship. Do I have a Telegram, a WhatsApp group? I don't have any of these things right now. I don't have any of these things in play. It's not because I don't want to have them, it's just because obviously it's going to take too much out of my overall day, because I am functioning as a normal person, i.e. I get up, I go to the office, I do what I do in the office, I come home, I analyze the markets, and then as I analyze the market, I'm like, what the hell? Let me record it and share my point of view with the world. Some of you guys might agree, some of you might not, right? So this is what I will say to you, right? If you want me to build these things, you want me to build a platform for mentorship, where obviously we can jump on Zoom together and we can analyze a whole bunch of things. So we can analyze stock portfolios, we can analyze your overall positions. I can give you some kind of guidance as to how I would move in within certain assets. It does not necessarily have to be the NAS100, because I can relatively trade all asset classes in the market. Some of the rules I'm not fully up to speed on. So say for example, options, I'm not fully up to speed in terms of how that really truly works. So I'm not going to say, hey guys, I know what to do in options. That I need to read up and study that before I even talk about that. So options is not something, but it's the same thing. It's charts analytics, literally analyzing the charts to figure out where it's going to go, mix that in with some fundamentals to understand the overall picture, and then give an opinion. And then with an opinion, you can obviously put some skin in the game to back your decision. So I should be able to help with a whole number of things, okay? But if you need me to do those things, it's really simple. I need this channel to get over 5,000 subscribers. Right, once I get this channel over 5,000 subscribers, it's going to make sense for me to set everything up and allocate more of my time away from what it is that I'm doing now, and allocate that time to all of you. Okay, so at the moment, channel is very low, very small. It's fantastic, it's growing nicely, right? So it's great, but if you want the additional stuff to come in, i.e. the mentorship, the WhatsApp group, the Telegram group, which is very easy to do, I can set it all up and then we can get things rolling on there. You know, talk about other things and other plays that we could do that could really obviously take things to the next level. Help me reach 5,000 subscribers as fast as possible and we'll get this thing done like yesterday. Right? So that's it. If you can help me do that, fantastic. If not, it doesn't matter. We just carry on doing what we're doing as we're doing it. Either way, I'm going to get there at some stage. It's just a question of, with your help, it can be faster. I'm always going to need your help, so let's do this. Actually, you know what the hell? Yeah, let's just get it to 5,000 subscribers so I can really work for you guys. All right, you can really become my boss. So yeah, so let's do that. And this video, if you can get this video to over, I don't know, let me think of a number. Let's say 5,000 views. Get this video to 5,000 views. I'm like, okay, you guys are feeling the journal. So we'll make it happen. We will make it happen. So with that said, guys, I want to thank you for giving me your precious time. This is the second time I'm saying it now. Thank you for giving me your precious time. I truly appreciate it. That's the third time. Right? Thank you. I want to stop saying thank you now. Right? So you've been the best. I truly appreciate all the support that you've given me over the last few months since I've created this this channel to share my thoughts with you. And not in a million years did I think that you guys would have resonated with some of the stuff that I'll be talking about on my channel. And I am truly glad and honored and humbled that you guys are here watching my point of view and obviously using some of the stuff that I talk about upon doing your homework to find advantages for yourself. And I will continue to do that for you. As long as I'm able to, I will continue to do that for you. So help me get to over 5,000 subscribers.